Now, before we get too far down the trail, the Etsy store is open, and once again, the Etsy store is open. We got 100 Corporals Corner hybrid skillets dropping right now. That link is in my video description box. Grab them while you can. They'll last anywhere from 30 minutes to 2 hours, and you're SOL till next week. Once again, we got 100 Corporals Corner hybrid skillets in my Etsy store right now. That link is in my video description box. Get her done. So today we're doing something different from my channel. I'm actually scouting an area for future videos, and I want to see what kind of fish are in this creek. This is a creekside farm, so I apologize, but you're going to hear cows off in the distance. There's like 100 acres right here and another 100 acres over there, and then there's a main road way over that hill, but sound travels, so if you hear something, I apologize. Nothing I can do about that. This is an area that I've not fished at before, and the owner was nice enough to let me on his farm, so Bruce, I appreciate it. Shout out to you. But the only issue I take here is there is poison ivy for days. I mean, it's just covered. So camping right here is probably not a good idea, but fishing though, I want to see exactly what's in this creek. So we got a couple lines in, and we're going to put some more lines over here and some on that side, tie them off the trees, maybe do some limb lines, things like that. It's a nice overcast day. It's not too hot, but the water is nice and warm and shallow, probably about between 2 and 4 feet in this little cove area right over here. I'll show you that here in a minute. But I think just by looking at it and how it's moving very, very slow, and it kind of juts out around here, and being that it's shallow like this is perfect for catfish. Go ahead and tie some lines off to that one and simply toss them into the water a good probably 3 to 6 feet off the shoreline there, and I believe that's around 2 to 3 feet deep. So hopefully it works out for us. And we'll pan over here to the left. When you walk around, you want to look for micro terrain. That's small features that you can use to your advantage. We have this log right here. It appears to be like a log, but it's actually a tree root. That's not going anywhere. So what you can do here is actually dig underneath it on both sides, tie a line off to this, and then toss that thing right in the water right over there also. So just like trapping, fishing is a numbers game. The more lines I have in the water, the better chances I have of actually getting that fish. Just like the more traps you put out there, the better chances you have of getting that game, right? So there's active fishing and passive fishing. Active fishing is I have a lure, I'm out there, I'm working that shoreline, I'm walking up and down, I'm trying to make things happen. Passive, I'm getting as many lines in the water as I can, and the fish are gonna do all the work. Use this right here, some hooks, and a few of these nice 2.5 ounce sinkers. We'll go ahead and just tie an arbor knot around here. Done this 1,000 times. We're going to go around here, through this, gives you your slip knot, cinch it down, and then we're going to tie a knot right here at the end, and then let it lock itself down, and that's not going to go anywhere. This is 100-pound test line, locked in place. Now I can tie a weight on here, and then a leader with a hook, and we're in business. We want to go ahead and attach our weight using an arbor knot. To do that, you just simply fold it over and make a bite, and then push it through that hole there. It's going to be a task all of its own. Once you pull that through there, we want to tie the arbor knot, but we want to have an arbor knot with a bite or a loop at the end. So it's the exact same thing. We're just going to go around, back up, and through that hole. Nothing's changed. It's an arbor knot, but it's basically a double. Once we pull that tight, we can now do an overhand knot on our loop right here, and it will give us the arbor knot with an attachment loop for a swivel and a leader. And the trick is getting that actual loop to go around and then push that thing through there. Now work it down just like you would a regular arbor knot. Now we can attach a 2-foot leader and a hook and bait right there. If at all possible, what I try to do is actually pull the line back a little bit so I can see it in the water just like that. So if it's grabbed or tugged, it will actually pull tight and you know it's been disturbed. So the same thing goes when tying off to a tree. I want a lot of slack right here. So when I walk up to it, if it's pulled tight, there's a high probability that something's on it or actually tried to go for that bait. So just give it that slack, and that fish hits that bait, it's going to take off. And when it takes off, it's going to set the hook. So while we're sitting here waiting for the fish to bite, which would be nice, I want to go ahead and talk about my website. I had a friend of mine, Jason Hunt from Campcraft Outdoors. He went ahead and revamped my website. Now, all of you that were using the corporalaf.com, you can still use it. It's been rerouted to corporalscorner.com. Once again, corporalscorner.com. Here's my advice on this. Go to my website, check it out. You're going to see a button for YouTube. You click it, it takes you right to my YouTube channel. You're going to see one for my Etsy store. You're going to see one for my Amazon store. You're also going to see one for our future online store. Cruise through my website, check it out. Bookmark that website. At some point in the future, I'm going to turn it into an actual phone app as well. But bookmark it. Like those 100 Corporal's Corner pans that we talked about earlier, right there on my website. Boom. Click the Etsy store, it takes you right to Etsy. A YouTube video drops, if you're on there, corporalscorner.com, YouTube section, click it. You're right there with the new video. So there's no excuse anymore to not be notified when a video drops or when the pans are in my Etsy store. Because if you have access to my website, it's all right there. It's a one and done. And like I said, at some point in the future, we're going to go ahead and have a phone app as well. Give me a week or two to figure that out. But in the meantime, bookmark my website, corporalscorner.com. Once again, corporalscorner.com. And right there in the center of it, there's a section for my email list. Get on the email list. You'll be notified a third time when the videos drop. It's starting to drizzle a little bit. You can see that on the water there. Looking like that line's moving. So something might have hit that line. Ooh, look at that. She's moving all around. I was walking by and I saw this. That's an older bottle. I can tell by looking at it how thick that glass is. Check that out. So if anybody knows what this is, drop me a comment in the comment section. But what I'm looking at right now is this thing's full of water and sand. If you look at that, there's actually black sand inside there. So I'm kind of curious if there's any type of gold flakes in there. Look at that. So what I'll do here is I'll pour some of this water out and just keep that black sand at the bottom. And when I get home, I'll pan that out. And if there's anything in there, we're going to come back here and camp for a day or two. We'll just fish and set up a sluice box in that water over there. And just, I mean, there's a sandbar there for days. So, I mean, it's not like, they're going to run out of sand anytime soon. So let's go ahead and pour this out. One for the homies. I don't want to lose any of that black sand though. It's just water so far. Yeah. part of today's scout is to find a location that I can do future videos at. And we got the water source right here, so that's number one on my list. We got 4 lines in the water. Hopefully we're going to get something, which would always be nice. That way I can determine what's in the water. Currently we're trying to get catfish. So we got 4 lines and we're passive fishing. No bites yet after 4.5 hours, and no fish. So not a good sign, but it is what it is. Coming out here doing an overnighter, being out here all night. A lot of times catfish prefer, nocturnal activities. So, it is what it is at this point. We can always determine night fishing at a later date. But walking the shoreline, it kind of goes flat where the sandbar is, where we found that bottle. And it goes up to another flat area, which is perfect for a tarp or a tent. It's covered in weeds. We'll walk over here in a minute and check it out. But weeds can be removed, and a tarp system or even cowboy camping or a tent can be placed right there. So this entire area right here is all flat. You can't really tell because of all these weeds, but these weeds can be pulled out of here and just, ripped out of the ground like that, or even one of those hand-sized weed whackers, whack all this down. I mean, just starting right over here and walking across, that's about a good 7 or 8 feet this way, and it goes on for probably, I don't know, maybe about 20 feet or so. So you can camp up here, dig a fire pit, and it goes off like a shelf down to the water source. So I'm happy with this. We can camp here at a later date. For those of you that missed last week's video, we debuted my new knife. This is the Kephart from Rebel's Den with the Corporals Corner logo on it right there. It's a full tang knife, passes all the way through the handle. Has Rebel's Den stamped right there. We have a Scandivex grind, micarta handles that are OD green, and 2 pins. This is my new go-to knife that is going to be featured in my videos moving forward. Now Rebel's Den also makes this Kydex sheath to go with it, sold separately. Just pops right on there like that. It's not going to fall off. There's also a leather sheath option from Justin Allen Sigmund. The knife and sheath, once again, are sold by Rebel's Den Outdoors. The leather sheath is sold separately. Both those links for the knife and the sheath are going to be in my video description box. So my final assessment of this place is, I want to come back here and get about 10 lines in the water. I think the magic number is 10. That way I can just work my way all the way around here, all the way down to that sandbar where that log was, that was jutting outward. And camp in that flat spot, get a campfire going, maybe pan for some gold. That'd be a good video to do down the road. So I think we'll go ahead and hook that up in the next week or two. In the meantime, as my video ends, Paul Hack of Adaptable Survival is going to drop a video, and he's doing something brand new on his channel. I'm not going to give anything away. He's throwing down some serious series. So check him out, Paul Hack of Adaptable Survival. Here's his channel thumbnail right here. Once again, Adaptable Survival. Check him out. Like and subscribe. Tell him I sent you. On that note, let's go ahead and get out of here. With that, all the gear of my videos can be found in 2 places. One, my Amazon affiliate page, and 2, my Etsy store. Both links are found inside my video description box, so please do me that favor. Hit that like and subscribe button, then ring that notification bell. Once you ring that bell, please select all notifications. As always, thank you for your comments, views, and support. Thanks for watching. Get out in the field, have some fun. I'm going to catch you next time.